Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries, now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach, a trip to the state fair, and a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I'm so happy you decided to join us today. Before we jump into the podcast, I'd like to give a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the number one shooting machine on the market. We own 3 of them, and I can tell you personally, even before they became sponsors, their customer service is second to none. Every time I've had any issues with any of my machines, going back to the way old ones, they've always taken really good care of me. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com. Oh, and mention us, and they'll give you $450 off. Mention Coach Collins or Coach Unplugged, they'll give you $450 off. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. We always tell our players that they should be working on their craft. I challenge you to work on your craft. Come over, join a community of like-minded coaches who want to make this game better. It's the reason I started Teach Hoops, is to help pay the bills for all these podcasts, but even more importantly, to give back to this great game that has given me so much, and to set up a roadmap for you to be successful, not only on the court, but off the court. And we offer a 14-day free trial. So come over and kick the tires around, see if you like it. And let's head off the podcast. All right. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. Coach Owens, I'm going to have you kind of introduce yourself and then tell about your basketball journey, how you got into basketball, and then, how you got to the spot you are now. You are what I refer to as a puppy. So you're 25. You're young. I'm near the end of my teaching and coaching career. You're at the beginning of yours. But anyway, so being in the same building. But anyway, I would just kind of tell us about your journey, and then I'll just throw some questions, because this will be good. I've got some unique questions for a newbie, for a new coach per se. So
for sure. Yeah. My name's Cole Owens. Pretty fresh, 25 years old.
That's pretty fresh. Trust
I
me.
feel old.
You feel old. I know.
I have hip surgery coming up in June. So
you have what surgery?
Hip surgery. I have.
No.
Yeah, not a replacement, just kind of like a resurfacing. So it was time. It was time for that. So, but
wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to be. That's not a pleasant rehab.
It won't be too bad. I think I'll be up and moving within probably they get you up walking, right?
Oh, they get you up walking.
Yep. So it'll be.
So for the people that are listening to this, are older, don't go watch YouTube channels on hip replacements, because it's basically like taking a chicken leg and deboning it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it's not a pretty sight. It is. Looks like it belongs in medieval days. It's crazy. So anyway, because I've had some friends have it, and it's like, whoa, that's crazy land. But anyway,
yeah, that's probably the last thing I want to think about before.
Yeah, don't think about it. You'll be all right. You're young. You'll recoup fast. So
yeah, graduated 2021 from South Dakota State University. Right now, I live in Minnesota. And
did you coach or play while you were in school?
When I was in high school, I did. I played high school basketball all 4 years in high school. I would have gotten started probably in our youth program, and gosh, I would have been like 5, 6, 7 years old. They got me started. So
Okay.
I've been playing basketball for a while. Still play, but coach more
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So
it's hard. You can't do both. I learned that early in my career. I
yeah,
used to jump in. I was like, when I was a freshman coach, I used to jump in, and it's like you can't see the things. The eyes of a player are different than the eyes of a coach. It's
for
just
sure.
different when
Yep.
you're on the
Yep.
court. And I sometimes I had to, because I was a freshman coach. We'd have 8, 9 guys at practice or something, and I'd have to jump in. Um, but I think my last official game was actually, that's not true. I played in my son's 8th grade father son thing, but before that, my previous last game was a rec league game where I tore my Achilles.
Yeah, we just wrapped up our like city league and we lost in the we got smoked. It wasn't good.
Keep playing is the key. I'm going to tell you, keep playing.
Not on this hip, no way.
No, that's true. That's true. That is true. But it's like the Achilles thing is, it's like a rubber band, and when it gets tight, then that's when
Yeah.
you. But even these professional guys doing it, that's the crazy part.
Well,
It's like,
yeah, I'll go play. I'll go play more. We like have like a bunch of guys that get together and play ball in the morning, and two guys kind of snap their Achilles, and it's always kind of the guys that haven't played for a while. So
yeah.
I don't
Well,
recommend just showing
you'll
up.
be
And
playing pickleball. You'll be playing pickleball now. I've had a couple nationally ranked pickleball players in my classes, so you'll be playing.
Okay.
You never know.
I don't want to play against those guys.
No, they're really good. They're really good.
Uh,
So did you grow up in South Dakota?
I did not. I grew up in Minnesota, small
Okay.
town.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of New Ulm, but close to
Give
there.
me an idea of what it's by.
Well, so if you think Minneapolis, think
Yep.
like an hour and a half southwest of there.
Southwest. Okay, so
So
past
like,
Rochester. Okay.
yep,
Okay.
west of Rochester.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I know where that is. Yeah. Okay. And then why South? How did you pick the school? How did you pick South Dakota?
well, I wanted to go to lacrosse in Wisconsin, and then didn't have the grades to go. So
Okay. Okay.
SDSU accepted me.
That's a good reason. Lacrosse is a great school. Yeah, it's a pretty school too. I've had a couple
Yeah,
students go there. And then so you wanted to come back home, basically, back to
yeah,
Minnesota.
yeah. My wife was teaching at a kindergarten school here in New Ulm, and I was doing my student teaching down in Houston, and then
Houston, Texas.
correct. Yep.
Whoa. Yeah.
So it was that was a great experience. I did I teach Phi Ed now, so I did my elementary placement down there, and then I also got placed in a high school down there. The elementary experience was really good, and then the high school experience was more. The guy that I was placed with was a down there. He was a football coach, and then Phi Ed teacher on the side, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So,
And what were you there in the fall, or what was the weather like?
oh, so I was actually down in Houston when you remember when the power grid shut down?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? Yeah. So that would have been over like kind of like tail end of COVID 2021.
Right.
And
Yep.
then yeah, so it snowed. Like we got like 4 inches of snow down in Houston when I was living down there. It was I mean nothing new for me being from
Right.
Minnesota, but
Yeah, nothing at all.
I thought I was getting away. It just followed me down.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Texas is such a big state. People have no idea how big Texas is.
Oh yeah, it's massive. We drove down there and it's like a 20-hour drive, and I felt like 8 of it we were driving through Texas.
Right.
So.
It's driving. It's kind of like, I tell people, it's kind of like driving through Illinois from north to south. It just goes
Yeah. Yep.
forever. It's like, am I ever going to leave Illinois? And it's like, that's from the Midwest people that drive to Florida. You got to drive through Illinois, and it's like it just takes and the same going east and west or west and east from Texas. It's like it lasts forever.
Yep.
It's like whoa. And so then what happened when you moved to Minnesota then?
Yep. So then when I moved back up to Minnesota, and then I was actually working. I had my teaching degree. I'd graduated at this point. There were no jobs in New Ulm at the time, and I was working at a tree service company.
Did you have any problems with your teaching license?
No, I did not actually. I got I'd gotten I had gotten a teaching license for South Dakota actually.
Right,
After having
right.
done my placements in
Yep.
Texas.
Yep.
And came back, got certified in Minnesota, there was just no jobs in the area that I wanted.
Yeah, but
to
it
be.
wasn't like you didn't like my wife got certified in Indiana, and it was a pain to get Wisconsin. Like there's just hoops to jump through. You didn't that wasn't a pain.
Yeah, well, I had to like take a couple tests.
Couple tests. Okay.
That was about it. And
That's
then
it. All right.
and
That's
then
how
actually last minute, so I was working at a tree company, and then I was in between getting my class A to kind of just work there full time, and then ended up last minute there was a COVID sub position that opened up at the public school here in New Ulm, and I ended up going and applying for that job, got the position, and then there happened to be a middle school girls basketball coaching position that opened up, so then I applied for that, got that job as well, and yeah, I coached and taught there for a year. I ended up being a STEM teacher, which as a Phi Ed guy, that was a little bit out of my element, but
yes, I can imagine. So it is. I tell people it's all about timing too. Sometimes with jobs, and Phi Ed jobs are actually pretty hard to get.
yeah, there's definitely jobs out there, but if you want to be in like a specific place, like you better hope somebody's moving somewhere
and then
else,
you have better, and then
soon.
you only get one shot at it because it might not open up again for another. I know.
Yeah, exactly. Like the elementary school here that I was, the public school, the elementary school that I was at, the position had just gotten filled like a year before, so it's like that guy's not going anywhere. So
right.
But then actually the following year, the private Catholic school in town, their Phi Ed teacher retired, and that's where I am now.
Okay.
So it's actually the school that my wife went to growing up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So it's just in high school though. It doesn't have elementary or middle school.
It is elementary. So it's like a New Ulm area Catholic school. So I teach at the elementary, and then we're like the feeder school into the high school.
To the high school.
That's where I coach.
Okay.
Now.
And you're in this, you teach in the same building as your wife?
We do now. Yep. She actually was at the kindergarten. She was at the public school, the kindergarten, and then the STEM position actually opened up, and I was able to help her get her STEM program started with my expertise in that field.
That's funny. That's funny. So you have to take one car to work. No,
well, she drops the kids off, and then right now I'm coaching golf, so you have
to have two cars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
we live about a block away, so I probably should walk, but
oh, you definitely should. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, but sometimes that's what people don't get too. Is like, especially when you're a coach, you got crud in the car. And especially if you're a golf coach, you're gonna ball, and it's like,
oh yeah, we got all sorts of stuff.
And it's like, I got to give Johnny a ride home after practice because I don't want him waiting outside in the thing. I know it's crazy. So being a relatively new coach, what's one of the obstacles that you've had to face? What are one of the things that you have found difficult, unique, that you maybe didn't think was going to happen when you took the job?
I mean, right away, it was like kind of that imposter syndrome. It's like you don't feel like you can do this right away. And then I kind of got over, like, it felt like once I kind of like got to the point where like what I kind of say is what's gonna happen. I got over that, where like, when do you guys think practice should be? It's like, no, this is when practice is. This is what we're doing. It's like,
I only let them
it's
make
not up for debate anymore.
From an old coach, I only let them make decisions of things I don't care about.
Yes.
Like if I don't care, then I say, okay, what do you guys want to wear to the game tomorrow? If I don't care, then I'm going to let them pick, and then they can decide. But if there's any part of the 100%, if there's 1% that I care about it, then I'm just going to make the decision for them, because otherwise it's just way too much chaos. It's like, no, this is when we're going to do it, and here's how we're going to do this, and this is the way we're going to do this. Otherwise it's like, yeah, I know. It's like herding cats at that point. It's just basically a different thing. Practice. Tell me about how you run practice, or what you find about practice. How do you prepare for practice? I'll throw that one out. Preparing, or like, how do you do your practice?
Yep. So typically what I will do is, hopefully I've gone over like what I want to do. Like I've made up my practice plan. So I'm just going to pull up out of season, it's a little bit difficult. I'll pull up a practice plan that I kind of have, but I'll make up my practice plan, and we always kind of start with I was listening to I believe it was Coach Bill actually. He talked about I forget the guy. It was Graham the Guide. I think it was kind of like his thing on Spotify.
Yep.
We actually have started all of our practices with his Wi-Fi walk this past year. So like the kids will come in, and when we officially start practice, that's what we do is we start with that Wi-Fi walk. And the first kind of like 5 minutes before that, kids are just kind of trickling in, coming out of the locker room. They're just kind of getting their bodies loose. And we'll start with that Wi-Fi walk. So they will walk 30 seconds down, just kind of in silence, and then 30 seconds back, just to kind of unplug from the rest of the day. And that's typically how we'll start every single practice. Then we'll kind of come together and we'll meet, and we will, depending on the day, like we're either gonna sort of like say this is kind of what's going on today, or we'll take about 5 minutes to kind of chat and see where the team is at and how they're feeling. And then we started kind of doing like a bunch of dynamic stretching, but we've actually started to move away from that, and we kind of do more stuff that actually, so instead of doing like high knees and skips and stuff like that, we've moved to like, not, I wouldn't say small sided games, but stuff that like we'll start with like one-on-one, essentially just kind of start building like skills, like finishing at the rim that way. And then whatever skill, we kind of do about 45 minutes of skill work, and then we'll move into some like offense and defense team stuff. And then we typically will end most practices with some kind of competitive scrimmage.
Something. When do you plan your practice? When do you do that?
So typically I'll plan my practice the morning of. So I have a good block of time in the morning. So I'll have anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half in the morning. And typically my lessons for school are all planned out. So during the basketball season,
it's easier. I know.
Yeah,
I know. I usually Sunday night is I get my week ready for my teaching part, my teaching gig, and then I can refocus, because then again, I've taught for 35 years. So if I got the plan down, I can, like, trust me, I can walk. There's no hesitant tomorrow when I'm walking into school. Like, okay, what am I doing? Okay, I'm doing this. And poof, I go. So I don't have to worry about that. I've done it I could do it in my sleep per se, probably. I love that idea though, that I've had that conversation recently too about I used to practice. My kids were little. I used to do it at night, because mornings tend to be a bit chaotic in the house.
Busy.
And then,
yes, it's busy.
Busy. They tend to be busy. They're not busy. So both of my kids are off in college. So I'm going to tell you, it changes. It's like, I get up, I get my cup of coffee, and I walk out the door, and it's like, oh my God, what did I used to do? It's like, first of all, I used to wake up a lot earlier too, because they'd get up and get them off to school. But anyway, I find my practices are better when I do, like I was saying, when I do them in the morning, because I think about the previous day.
Yes.
And then I think about things that went well and didn't go well, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier to get more intentional about what you want to do that afternoon if you've already thought about it that morning of.
And I read something about Coach K too. I don't remember when it was, but he goes, think about when you're the freshest, and you're the freshest when you, in the morning, when you wake up. That's why he comes home and takes naps sometimes for his games, because he wants to be fresh and woken up. But it's true though. I think the brain is working the fastest at that morning window. I agree. Hey everybody, thanks for listening. If you'd like to support us, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Also, subscribe and like. We do appreciate those. Have a great day.
That sound could mean a lot of things. And when something's going wrong at home, the hardest part can be figuring out what the problem actually is. At Thumbtack, you can upload a voice message or a photo, and our AI-powered search will help diagnose your project. Plus, the pros we know have over 14 million 5-star reviews, so you can hire with confidence. Thumbtack, we know homes. Hire the right pro today.